So now in today's session, we will be seeing certain topics which we are going to learn through this decisioning implementation. So yeah, still here any questions like whatever we have seen in the last three sessions? Any questions still here? Did anyone go through the assignment? Did you go through the recordings, PPTs which happened in the last three sessions?
Sir, we didn't receive any assignments if you have shared. And the
Right?
PPTs that has been given, those are not the ones which you have demonstrated.
Oh, okay, okay. I think maybe I uploaded something else. Okay, okay. I'll check it and upload correct ones. Okay. Okay. So now coming back to the application. So this is the one that we have seen, which is nothing but the customer decision hub. So this is the customer decision hub that we are going to learn throughout. And once you switch to the intelligence, you have the prediction studio here. So I told you that prediction studio contains the models which are used to support your PEGA decisioning. Okay. And then you can switch to the dev studio from here. Okay. So in the last session, we have created one application that is called XYZ promotions. So just I'll create it in the backend, and meanwhile we'll proceed with the session with the topics that we have for the today's agenda. So once you create the application, I have explained there are two rule sets that will be created in the backend, which is the NBAD artifacts and NBAD tests. Okay, artifacts rule set is used to store all the auto-generated rules which are created by the CDH portal. This is the one, okay? Artifacts rule set. Then the next rule set which I told you, that is NBAD tests. All your testing related rules, you will be keeping it in NBAD tests rule set. Okay? This is only for testing purpose. Okay, and artifacts rule set is where you keep all the auto generated rules. Okay, so as we see, as we progress, you will come to know what are things will be going into which rule sets. Now you can also see the data model, that is the X car. Okay, I have shown you right last session. That's the X car. The X car data model is also uploaded here automatically by the wizard. So I told you, like, depending on the industry that you select, PEGA will automatically install the X car component from the PEGA marketplace. So this is the X car, which contains all the OOTB classes, tables, and the data model for financial services. You see, FS stands for financial services. So this is also automatically installed, and also along with it, NBAD template is also automatically installed. Okay, from the wizard. The wizard itself will install these things. And starting from PEGA Infinity, the Infinity uses Gen AI. For that, there is a separate application and separate rule sets are there. That is this Gen AI providers. So you will see how the Gen AI works and how those things, all those things you will be seeing it. The next rule set which is there is this OLSTDRCH. This is actually the operations manager rule set, which I told you in the last session also. All the rules that you are creating as part of business change request, you will be keeping in this rule set. This will be on top of the entire stack. Now if you go to the app studio, in the app studio, if you go to the settings, If you go to the settings, and here you have the context dictionary, which I have showed you in the last session, where we have the primary context, secondary context, and associated context. So right now I have this customer and account. Two contexts are there. Customer is the primary, account is the secondary. And this context dictionary is also automatically configured. Okay, this is also automatically configured using our application wizard. Okay, so this application wizard itself has automatically created these classes, tables, columns. Everything is automatically done by the application wizard using this XCAR, which is the extended customer analytics record. In the same XCAR only, all these classes, tables, properties, exposed columns, everything will be created and they will be automatically configured. So in case if you want to add your own columns, your own properties, you can just simply go to this class and you can add your own columns and your own properties. But PEGA will automatically create all these things by default with the wizard itself. You don't need to do anything manually unless you want to add your own data, your own columns. You don't need to do all these things. And even when you go to the CDH portal, in the CDH portal also certain rules and certain sample offers, sample products will also be created using the NBAD template. So what I've gone to next best action taxonomy. I'll show you again these things. But you can see all this sample data you can see right here: credit cards, auto loans, mortgages, uh, mobile banking, payoff debt. So all these are related to financial services will be installed automatically by the application wizard based on the industry that you select. So this is coming from two things. One is the XCAR component and second is the NBAD template. So when you have these two things installed, automatically this sample data and the sample offers, everything will be installed here in the CDH portal and in the Dev Studio. And this is taken care by the application wizard only. Whenever you select the industry, based on whichever industry that you select, it will be automatically installed. Now let us proceed furthermore and create our own requirement and our own offers which are needed for our application and for our requirement. So let us see what do we have here. So anyways, again we have a yeah. So yeah, please go ahead. I think someone has a question. Any question from anyone? No questions? Everyone is clear till here?
You said we can add new columns, right? So
Right.
where are we gonna add it? Is it within the application or is it in the database and
Yeah, you
into
can
the
connect to the
spreadsheet?
database and you can do it right. So you just need to go to this class and add your own column. So this is the customer class, which is the primary context. Okay. You go to the data dash customer. This is my customer class. You can just connect to this database and you can add in the backend. Or you can also create a property and expose it. So it will create a new property, new column in the table. That way also you can do it.
So
Okay.
through wizard, like whatever the data, table is created, right, in the database, is it in the blob or else like directly it gonna be
No,
created?
exposed. Everything will be exposed data model. Whatever PEGA creates from the XCAR component, all the columns and properties are in exposed format. So they will be in PEGA data only, but exposed columns, not in blob.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And Ravi, even I have a very basic question, so you can just give me an overview. In
Right.
the previous screen of that CDH 001.01.01 on the top, on that screen there are
Sorry. Huh?
I'm referring to the previous screen beside the home, that CDH. In
Hmm.
that there are three things. Okay, first you can go through this, then I'll ask my question.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So just nothing actually. I'm just want to show. This is the table which you have the customer columns and everything, which PEGA has been created with the XCAR data model. Now you can extend this by creating your own column. You can either create a property and expose that property, or you can go to the backend in the database and you can create a table, create a column there, and you can check it here. Anything is fine. Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, in this just a very basic. What is
Hmm.
that built on applications and enable components and then rule set? Just an overview.
This one.
Yeah. What
Yeah. So
what are the main things?
your application is created on top of PEGA Marketing FW, which is
Okay.
the PEGA Marketing Framework.
Okay.
Of course, this will contain all the marketing related functionality. And second thing we have is PEGA DevOps Foundation. So this is needed for our revision manager. Anyone remember what is the purpose of revision manager? I told in the previous sessions. So we
Yeah.
have two things:
If
operations
you're making
manager
any new
and
Report
changes,
revision
man.
manager. Sorry,
if you're making any new changes, then you're gonna add that to the
so
production.
that is operations manager.
Okay. Okay.
So two things are there: operations
We need
manager,
to deploy,
revision
so we
manager.
are using Revision Manager. Revision
Uh,
Manager and Deployment Manager are both are same, and
right,
any change request if we are doing that, we are going to deploy to Revision Manager.
correct. So for deployment, we use DevOps Foundation. If anyone has worked on deployment manager, you will be aware of it that using deployment DevOps Foundation, we will be deploying it. So this application is needed to connect this application to deployment manager or revision
Okay.
manager that you call revision manager here. Okay, by using
Okay.
this application, we can do the automatic deployments. For that purpose, this is added as a built-on application. And you can ignore this one. This is for backup internal purpose. It will
Okay.
not come in the main application. And this I told you, which is a Gen AI. In order to
Okay.
use the Gen AI capabilities wherever needed, this is needed.
Okay. And what are the things I'm seeing under the enable components?
This is a new thing that is the click stream. I told you, right? Click stream.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
click on somewhere, you come to know where it is clicked, like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that is for that one, and this is for our data model creation. This is a car. This is X car.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure. Thank you.
this is X car.
So, in the data model that you showed, all those property values that have been done by from the application wizard. So, all those properties are also created from the application wizard, right?
Yes, yes, correct. Properties, columns, tables, classes, uh, everything will be created by the application wizard itself based on what industry that you select. Okay, appropriate properties will be created. Okay, now also we did not see the Cassandra database, which is used in our decisioning implementation. If you remember, we have seen how do we verify whether the services are up and running or not. You go to the configure decisioning, configure infrastructure services, where you see our decisioning services are running normally or not. If it is not running normally, you might be getting some errors. So the Cassandra database is connected to this decision data store node. So you can see the Cassandra database information by clicking on this edit settings. So when I click on edit settings, I can see the Cassandra port number, user ID and password. So remember, PEGA creates a internal Cassandra database automatically whenever you create a PEGA decisioning application. Okay, so again there is an this is automatically created, you don't do anything. It will it will create a internal Cassandra database for all PEGA decisioning applications. All is talking, please go on mute. It's not loud.
இது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பஸ் வரல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பஸ் ஏன் வரல இல்ல கேட்டிங்களான்னு கேக்குறோம்
Can you go on mute? I have done that. Okay, I have muted them. Okay.
Sir, just a quick question. The PEGA DevOps Manager rule set is used for Operations Manager, right?
No, PEGA DevOps Foundation is used for deployment manager. That is a revision manager in PEGA decisioning.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that is needed for automatic deployments. Yeah.
One quick question. Is it possible to get the schema of this database, Cassandra? Like the
Uh,
tables, joins, and everything?
yeah, yeah. So we have a separate topic. We can discuss like how to do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Sir, could you once again show the navigation of this decisioning services
Yeah.
screen?
So go to the
Where we
configure
have.
decisioning
Mhm.
infrastructure services.
Okay. Okay.
Configure decisioning infrastructure services, and you can go to the Cassandra database as well. So here you can see the Cassandra database information. What is a port ID, user ID, and password. Now, what is the purpose of this Cassandra database? Why do we need to specifically use this database for PEGA decisioning? So two things. Uh, 1 minute. Yeah.
Ravi, one quick question. So does PEGA 24.1 supports internal Cassandra option? As per my knowledge, it doesn't support internal Cassandra option.
This is actually external Cassandra right now, whatever we are using, and it is
Yeah.
automatically used. Yeah. So yeah, mistake. So if you select this checkbox, that is a external Cassandra, and if you don't select this, right, so then it is actually showing you the internal Cassandra database. Okay. Yeah. So in the previous versions before PEGA 23, we have used internal Cassandra database. Now it is using the external Cassandra database. So you can see here, right? When you click here, automatically it is showing you the use external Cassandra cluster. So this is an external Cassandra database. And if you want to modify also, you can actually give the host name and everything here. Then you can connect to the external Cassandra database. Okay. Yeah. So why do we need this Cassandra database? There are two reasons for that. One is for scalability and second is for availability. So unlike PEGA BPM development, in the PEGA decisioning implementation, you directly interact with the customers. Okay, you directly connect with the customers, and you do the marketing with millions of customers in the production. So in order to make sure the two things, one is the customers interactions are kept in place, and customers decisions, both of them. So both these things are very important, and you cannot afford to lose this information. That is the customers interactions and customers decisions. Customers interactions means, let's say you sent one offer, whether customer accepted it or rejected it, and customer has sent some request like this. All these are the interactions. And the customer decisions are, you presented some 5 offers to the customer, which offer the customer has accepted. All this information is very crucial for PEGA marketing. Now, the scalability is nothing but you can extend the DB to much larger bandwidth, which is nothing but in English terms, you know already, this is nothing but the scalability. So it can be scalable and the performance will be not impacted even with less number of customers or with millions of customers. So the scalability is very good in the Cassandra database. And the second thing is the availability. So Cassandra database will guarantee 99% availability. Okay, even during critical maintenance and even during database crash also, the data will not be erased. Okay, the data will not be erased, and it will provide you 99% availability all the time. So because of these two reasons, the data can be very secure, and whatever the information that you are interacting with the customer, with millions of customers, as well as whichever the decisions the customer is taking, this data can be securely stored without any issues. Okay, so that is the reason for introducing a additional database apart from your PEGA data and PEGA rules database. So that is the traditional database is already there. Apart from that, we are adding a one more medium here, that is a Cassandra database here. That's what we are adding here. So now how to store that, where exactly we will use, which all things we will store, you will come to know as we progress through the sessions. Okay, but this
So
is used. Yeah,
yeah,
please go
so
ahead.
the customer's interaction, so how long they will keep in the Cassandra database? I mean,
You can define that. You can define like how
oh,
long you
okay.
want it to store it. Yeah. So
So we have an option to define that, like how long or else like the past how many transactions we can hold of
right,
each customer.
right, we can do that.
Okay, good.
So like we can store the every information, every interaction, and every decision into Cassandra database as well, along with PEGA data. Along with PEGA data, we'll store it into that also. Now, how do we do that is using this decision data store. The only way to communicate with Cassandra database is using the decision data store dataset. So there's a dataset that we're going to learn. Using that only, we will insert the records into the Cassandra. We will retrieve the records from the Cassandra. We will read the data from the Cassandra using decision data store. Okay. Remember, decision data store means indirectly it is nothing but pointing to Cassandra database. Depending on this only, your Cassandra database functionality will be depending. If the node is up, then only it will work, otherwise it will not work. Okay, and using this database dataset only, you can insert everything. Decision data store itself indirectly means it is Cassandra related. Okay, it's Cassandra related. And I told you adaptive decision manager is for your adaptive models and predictive models. Okay, so that's for that purpose it is used. Now let us get started with the next topic that we have, which is the business taxonomy. Okay, which is nothing but the business
Sir,
taxonomy.
sir, one small question. You said that the database that we generally use in the Pega BPM, the Cassandra database is different from that, and like it's scalable and 99% available.
Right. Right.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes. Yeah. So and since we are interacting directly with the customers, we need to store very crucial information. This is a very important information that is needed for our future decisioning implementation. Okay. So one database is not enough. So we need to store it in the additional database, that is the Cassandra database also. Okay. Now we'll see how to do
So
that
there
also.
will be two databases. One is Cassandra for interactions, the other one is for the XR related
Yeah, so
data.
instead of Pega data, mostly we will store it in a repository. So I will show you like how to store in the repository, where is the configuration. Okay, so there is a dedicated repository given for this storing these interactions and decisions also. So we'll be storing there, and also we'll be storing in the Cassandra database.
What about the customer data? Where it will be stored?
Customer data is stored in your Oracle database only in the backend, where you connect regularly in your BPM applications, right? The same like that only.
Okay, that DB refers the XCAR, the references.
Mhm. What is it?
The
Yeah,
Oracle database.
whatever the XCAR has
Okay,
created is stored in the traditional Oracle database that we are using by default in Pega. There only it is stored. Just like how in BPM where it is stored in the same place, it will be stored there only. Okay, like you can go here and you can uh, check it. Okay, so these all will not go to the Cassandra. Okay, so you can see it is stored in the Cassandra database in external MKT data. So that is again a separate database, but it is present in your Oracle database only. It's not in Cassandra database. This database which I'm showing you. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we'll see those as well. Coming to the taxonomy. Uh, so what is business? Before that, let us add the steps what we have done. So we have created the environment setup. We have done the node classification for ADM, DDS, RTDG, real time. So then we have configured the context dictionary and application creation. As part of that, automatically XCAR data model is installed. Automatically NBAD template is installed, and also automatically context dictionary is also configured. Okay, all these things are done. Then we have our artifacts rule set, NBAD test rule set, okay, and ops manager rule set. Okay, the first one which I showed you, right? This is the ops manager rule set. Whatever we create using ops manager will go into that. Okay, then our DevOps foundation built on application and components, right? XCAR and NBAD template components are also created. Now after doing all this, then you will be going with the taxonomy creation. So basically taxonomy is nothing but creating the business structure. So I am telling we will be promoting XYZ bank products. Now, basically, what is the business structure of XYZ bank? That means basically what I want to promote, right? What I want to promote and what all categories are there which I want to promote. For example, I want to promote a banking products and banking services. So then basically what are those products? For example, loans, credit cards, debit cards, right, and mortgage. So all these things I am promoting. So that structure I need to create before I get started with the implementation. So that you call it as a business taxonomy. So this business taxonomy contains three components. One is the business issue, second is a business group, third is the propositions. Okay, business issue, business group, and propositions. So these three things you will be configuring here. Now, what is business issue? Business issue is nothing but the purpose of the promotion. See, basically you know already now by this time you understood that Pega decisioning and Pega marketing is used for effective promotion of business products and services. Whereas decisioning will tell which is the best product, that is the next best action that we need to give. Business marketing will tell like how to promote this to the customer, right? Now basically what is the purpose of the promotion? That is nothing but the business issue. Business issue is the purpose of the promotion. For example, you can have the purpose like, for example, I want to acquire new customers, okay, or I want to let us say retain existing customers. That means, for example, you're you're promoting Amazon Prime. Okay, so Amazon Prime came to know that Netflix is became the most important competitor. So people are subscribing to Netflix and they are not subscribing to Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime decided to retain the existing customers to not to make them renew every month. For example, today, let us say in January, there are 500 customers are there. For example, now in April, there are only 300 customers. That means few customers did not renew. Few customers did not renew, and the job is to retain those people to not go. So how to make them not go? Maybe you can provide some discount, you can provide some free offers, all these things, right? For every business this kind of retention plan will be there. So that is a purpose. So the main purpose is to retain the customers, acquire the customers, or for example to maintain the marketing. So like that, several purposes will be there, which you will know in your real-time projects also. So that is nothing but the business issue, which you need to keep either one word or two words only. For example, this is acquisition. Main purpose of promotion is acquisition. That is to acquire new people. Here it is retention. Here if you take, it is maintenance. Okay. Like this, you need to keep the business issue. Basically, the business issue is nothing but the purpose of why you are promoting. What is the motto? What is the motto behind the promotion that you will be creating as a business issue? Now, I'm just taking these three things, that is acquisition, retention, and maintenance. Clear on this business issue? Any questions or any confusion? Or for example, if you take, the main motto is to increase the sales. So my business issue is sales. Okay, my business issue is sales. That means let us say I'm getting some $10,000 revenue every month. My motto is to make the 10,000 to some 20,000. Okay, that is the main purpose why I am promoting. That is to double my revenue, double my sales. That is a purpose. So I am creating the business issue name as sales. Okay. Now coming to the next thing, that's a business group, which is nothing but the category of the promotion. Okay. So category of the promotion. For example, I am promoting some 2 CR personal loan, or I am promoting a let us say some laptop. Okay, like i7 18 GB 16 GB laptop, i7 16 GB laptop I'm promoting with 1 TB hard disk. So that is the promotion. It will come under which category? It will come under laptops. For example, I'm promoting a 48 megapixel camera phone. So that's a mobiles. I'm promoting a camera, so it's cameras. That is a category of the promotion. Or personal loans, housing loans. All these are my categories. So that is nothing but the business group. Okay, business issue is the purpose of the promotion. Business group is the category of the promotion. Then the proposition is nothing but the promotion itself. Okay, the propositions are nothing but the promotion itself. So what is a proposition? Why it is called as a proposition? Easy to remember. Anything that you propose to the customer, right, that is called as a proposition. So same like how you propose in real world, the same way you are proposing something. If the customer is taking that or not, that is up to the customer, but you are proposing something. So it can be anything again. It can be a product, it can be a service, it can be some coupon, it can be some discount. Okay, it can be anything. Anything that you propose to the customer is called as proposition. It's called as a proposition. For example, I can promote a 1 CR personal loan. I can promote a, let us say, home delivery service. Okay, home delivery service. I can promote a $50, okay, $50 discount on sofa. Okay, $50 discount on some sofa. Okay, or I'm giving some $500 coupon, $400 coupon. So all these are propositions only. It can be anything. Okay, it can be a product, it can be a service, it can be coupon, discount, anything that you are proposing to the customer. Sometimes it doesn't even need to make any sale. Just you are sending something to the customer to do. Okay, you are sending something to the customer to do or to take action. That might not necessarily be to make a payment also. Still, it is considered as a proposition. Okay, anything that you propose to the customer is called as a proposition. Whether the customer is taking an action, whether the customer does not need to take an action, whether the customer does not need to make the payment also, but anything like a product, like a service, a coupon, some notification is also considered as proposition in the PEGA decisioning. Some information that you are giving to him, okay, like you need to go to this place, you need to go to that place, something like that. Still, that is also considered as proposition.
So
Okay, now this,
business group can have like multiple proportions, like a subgroup.
right, we'll come to that, we'll come to it. Yeah, we'll come to it.
Sir,
So
sorry for some network issue. I have to move out from the class. Could you quickly please just go through about that business group and propositions once again? I missed that.
okay, see, business issue is actually
Business
the,
issue.
yeah, business group is actually the category of promotion, which is nothing but whatever the product that you are promoting or service that you are promoting, under which category it will come under. For example, you are promoting some sofa, that comes under furniture category. You are promoting some mobile phone, like you are promoting some Samsung Galaxy mobile phone, that comes under mobiles category. So that category of what you promote is the business group. Then the propositions are whatever you actually promote itself, whatever you promote, that is called as a proposition. It can be anything that you propose to the customer. It can be product, it can be a service that you are giving, it can be a coupon that you are giving, it can be some discount that you are offering, or it can be any notification also, or any information also which the customer wants to see. But mostly propositions will be where you are expecting the customer's response, either a positive response or a negative response. That is mostly the proposition. But it can be anything for which you are expecting some response, like a positive response or negative response. That is called as a proposition here, which is anything that you propose to the customer, which I have given some examples like 1 crore personal loan, home delivery service, $50 discount, $400 coupon. All these things are proposition examples. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Now, let us make a hierarchy of the business taxonomy. So I'm giving a sample business taxonomy example here. So we can say, like, for example, I have sales. Under sales, I have, let us say, in our banking project, I'm taking personal loans. Then here again, I'm having housing loans. Then let us say credit cards. All these are the business groups. This is a business issue. This is a business issue, which is the purpose of the promotion. And these are the business group 1, this is a business group 2, business group 2, which is nothing but the category of the promotion. Whatever you are promoting, the category of that, business group 3, like this. Now under this, the propositions will be there. So under personal loans, again, let us say I have something like 1 CR personal loan with 7% interest, something like that. Okay, just example. And again, let us say here I am taking uh, platinum air credit card with 0% EMI, something like this. Okay, so like this, you will be creating the business taxonomy. The business taxonomy will start with business good, business issue. Each business issue can have multiple business groups. Under each business group you will have one or more propositions. Clear? I can show you practically. We can create and get started if no questions. If any confusion, let me know. Yes, no.
Ravi, I have a question about the DDS node. So can I ask later, I mean, at the end of the session or
Yeah, you can
how it
ask in
will
the
be?
later session, end of the session we can
Okay, yeah,
discuss.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
So any questions on this taxonomy from anyone? Which is a business issue, the purpose of the promotion, why you are promoting, business group, and proposition. Understood? Or any confusion here?
For every project, there will be one business group, or it can be multiple,
Multiple. There can be multiple.
both issues as well as groups.
Yes, correct.
For one business issue, there can be multiple business groups.
Right.
Can this happen that one business group is common for two business issues?
Right, it can. Yeah. Oh no. Sorry, no. Actually, when you are creating the issue under that whatever is there, you have to create it. But if you want the same business group again, you need to create with some different name, or like you can add one more word and then you can create. But you cannot have like that. Okay. So when you are creating the business issue under that whatever you are going to create, you have to create that. So whatever the groups under that issue will be part of that issue only. If you want the same thing again, then you have to create with some different name there. Okay.
Got
Yeah. Okay. So now let us see how do we create this manually. So you need to go to the configure and you can go to the decisioning, then decisions, proposition management, hierarchy. Okay. Configure, decisioning, decisions, proposition management. So again, you don't need to worry like how to go to this navigation because everything related to the PEGA decisioning is present in this only. At least many of the topics are there here, like strategies and all those things. We have a separate navigation for that. But for this propositions, taxonomy, all these things, it is present in decisioning, decisions. So you need to go to decisioning and there you have all the options. So if you come here, you have the business issues and the business groups. So this is where you can see all the business issues and all the business groups. So in order to add a new business issue and the business group, so you need to actually click on the add button. So I come here, I click on add new business issue. For example, I will say here sales. Okay, I'll say sales. Now here you need to select the rules rule set. Remember that because I told you artifacts rule set is for storing the auto generated rules. Okay, this is not a auto generated rule. This is a rule that is created manually, which you need to keep in the rules rule set. Generally, we keep all the PEGA decisioning related rules in rules rule set. So you can come to here, go to the here, add new business issue. I'm saying sales. Select the rules rule set. If you want, if you are using branches in your application, you can select the branch also. Okay, depending on your how your application development that you are doing, depending on that you can select the branch. So then I click on create. So now the sales business issue has been created. Now you need to create business groups under the sales. So I go to the add and I click on new group. Then I click on the let's say I select some personal loans. as a group name. So you can give space, that is also fine, not an issue. And I'll select the business issue which I have created, that is a sales. Then I need to select the rules rule set, and I'll click on the create button. So where I have created
So what is
the,
the option for create version proportion data and save proportion data?
yeah, we will come to that. So what is the difference, and that will come to that shortly. So now I am creating a personal loans business group. So you can see I have sales, and under sales I have the personal loans. Same way, let us say I will add one more group. I'm selecting here, let us say home loans. I select the I select the issue as sales, select the group as rules rule set, and create. Okay, so make sure that you don't keep all these things in artifacts. Make sure that you keep it in the right rule set. Okay, that's either the CDH or CDH rules. Generally you'll keep in these two things depending on how your project is using. Okay, mostly it will be in rules rule set only, and you will create the new group and you will create it. So then we have two groups
Sir,
here.
what?
Hmm.
So what is
That
the difference between the two rule sets that we are going to use? CDH artifacts and CDH rules.
the CDH rules, as I told you, it is for storing the manually created rules. Whatever you create manually, like what we are doing right now, you will be storing in the CDH rules. CDH artifacts, I told you, right? So any auto-generated rules, like for example, in CDH portal, you are doing something. Some rules will be automatically created. They will go to the artifacts rule set. Okay. Yeah, and that is
Got
like
it.
a production rule set also. Like anything you want to keep it in production environment also, you will keep it in the artifacts rule set. Okay, for production rule set purpose and also to store auto-generated rules, we will be using the artifacts rule set. Okay, now you can see our issue and group has been created. So I have sales, under sales I have home loans and personal loans. Now under the personal loans, we can create the propositions. So you can see I have sales, home loans and personal loans. Now I clicked on personal loans. On the right side, I'll open the personal loans. Then I can add my uh, propositions. So just a minute, guys. Here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now we have our structure. It's like this. Okay. The structure is like this, right? So in our application, the structure is like this. So we have the XYZ bank, and in the XYZ bank application, we have sales. In the sales, we are actually promoting two groups. One is personal loans group. Second thing that we are promoting is the housing loans, okay, home loans. These are the two things that we are promoting in our application. Okay, just I'm giving you the heads up here. Now, in the personal loans, this is the business group. Here we have to add the propositions. So what I am doing, I just came here, I created sales, under sales I created this two, I clicked on this, then I came here. Now I just need to click on the new button in order to add our personal loans. So we'll take like 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes, not more than that, because we started it like, mostly we don't do it every day, but yeah, today we have to, just 5 minutes more. So here I'm giving my proposition. I'm giving, for example, 1 CR personal loan. So now we have an option whether this proposition should be active always. That means lifetime it will be active. That means proposition is enabled. When you say never, proposition will be disabled. When you say within a defined time period, then it is within a particular time period. Best example is, for example, some discount. Let us say during Christmas season, that is from December 25th to December 31st or January 1st, you want to run some discount, like some $50 discount, some $100 discount. That discount will be active only during this time period. That is the best example. So you can select the time period here. For example, I'm just selecting anything, like for example some Diwali discount you want to give. Okay, I'm giving like from 25th to 31st, or let us say like, okay, from 25th to 31st I want to give. Then I'm selecting this particular time period like this. Okay, anything, like for example I'm just taking one time period. So during this time period only, the proposition will be active. Okay, so now I have created it. Just refresh it. Some issue is there, like this is always happening. Yeah, this is at PEGA side. Okay, we can't do anything for that. Again, I will give 2 CR personal loan. Yeah, so they are actually working on the fix, but yeah, sometimes it's there. Let us check in and try. You can see now it is coming, right? So, yeah, again some. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, just ignore that. So it is there in the backend, it is there, but on the UI it's not displayed. Okay, this is some existing issue which PEGA is already looking into that. So now our propositions have been created in the personal loans category here. Okay, yeah, so that will be available. We can see it in the CDH portal. Probably you can go to the CDH. Yeah, so we'll see that. Okay, we'll see that, but it is available now. We have created true. For example, if you export, you can see what all propositions are created here. Still here also it's not displaying it. Okay, yeah, just ignore it. It's there in the backend, but it's not being displayed. So this is how you actually create the propositions in the group. So you just click on that, then you go to the group, and then you will be creating the propositions that you want. So as of now, I'm creating a proposition manually. So here also, let us say I'll give like 5 CR housing loan for 5 years, something like this I'm giving. Okay, I'm keeping it enable always, and I'm clicking on the create button. Okay, so now let us save this. Let's say, yeah, it's not displaying, some issue is there, but anyways, it will be there in the backend. We can see that in the CDH portal also, that's not an issue. Now this is how you create actually the propositions here. This is how you actually create the propositions. So just to update you, um, in the backend, the property for the business issue is .py issue, and the business group information will be present in .py group. The proposition will be present in the property called .py name. In general, before this ops manager is introduced, right, how do we create? See, in general scenario, it's not only one or two propositions. See, if it is one or two propositions, you will actually create it manually. But in real time scenarios, there will be 20, 10 20s or hundreds of propositions will be there. So how do we create the propositions, or how do we add the propositions, is by using this import and export feature. For example, when I export this, you can see the CSV file is exported. So you will basically add all the records here, and you will import again back to the business group. That is how you do it. Okay, so you can see here, right, this is the column py issue. You can see this is a column for business issue, which contains the business issue. Then we have here py name. Py name is the proposition. Then if you scroll to the right side, we have the business group also will be there. That's the py group. So where is the py group? Yeah, py group. Here it's a py group. So business issues will be present in py issue, business group will be present in py group column, and proposition will be present in the py name column. So tomorrow we'll see. Tomorrow we'll add some 10-20 records, and we'll try to import, and we'll import into the business group and see how it works. Okay, so yeah,
Ravi, whatever we are about to add, the records are nothing but prepositions, right?
sorry.
I mean, whatever the records we are about to add, those are nothing but prepositions, right?
Those are looking for
I mean,
actually
those
He's
are
asking
nothing
if
but
those records are
propositions.
propositions.
right. They are the propositions, correct.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, in real time, you don't add anything manually unless there are one or two things. But in general, there will be hundreds of propositions, right? For any business, there are several things to promote, not only one or two. So most probably you do it like this only. You will export the file, then you will add the records and you will insert it. They are nothing but the propositions itself. Okay, so that is how you do in real time before ops manager. Now from ops manager, the request will come from business saying that you create a new proposition. The business will say, add a new proposition like 5 crore personal loan. This is the amount, this is the tenure, this is the interest, all this information they will give. And you will come to the dev studio, you will create it. Once you are done, you will resolve the change request. That is how the requests are coming. Previously, they used to send the template and you will import the template. Now it is using the ops manager. That is how the things are going. Okay, one last thing before we close, like we were seeing about this version and unversion. See, anything is bound to change, right? For example, you are creating a UI login form with two fields, username and password. Tomorrow the business is asking you introduce a new field called first name, or you introduce new field called captcha in the login form. So what you do in Pega, you will create a new version, right? 010102. In that you will save as this and you will add the new field. Same way again, one more request will come. Again you will create 010103 and you will change it. Same way in business group also, let us say today we are providing 1 CR personal loan with 5% interest. Tomorrow the business will say, I don't want to give with 5% interest, I want to give with 7% interest. So you don't update the same rule set version, you will save as this and you will update in the 010102. So that is the purpose of this uh, business group which you have version proposition data. Basically version proposition data, if you say here, when I select this checkbox, this version option is there. When I unselect this checkbox, there is no option to create a version. That means lifetime it will remain the same as it is, and if you want to update, you have to override the changes. You cannot create a new version of that. But this is a rare scenario. We are not using this anymore. Okay, always this should be checked. Always this should be checked. Okay, so that you can have some versions and you can create in the appropriate version. That is the purpose of versioned proposition data. That means you can create higher versions of that or lower versions of that and you can save as the rules. Whenever there are any changes, you will create a new version and you will save as and you will update the propositions. Just like how you do in Pega BPM.
The
Yeah.
other one is like a data instance.
Yeah, data instance, correct. So data instance, there is no version. And you can see it is clearly mentioning unversioned propositions are deprecated, will not be supported in future release. Please convert to version propositions. So we are no longer using this thing. So even if your business is asking to do that also, you should not do that. You can do it always in version proposition data. Regardless, it will not be updated. Never it will be updated. Still you have to keep it in the version only because it is deprecated already. Okay, so yeah, by default it should always be checked and you can make it in a version there. Okay, so I hope that whatever we discussed today is clear and understood. Let me know if any other questions. Yeah, we'll continue this journey tomorrow also. We'll see what is this SR class and all those things tomorrow. But we have started the business taxonomy today. Any
Where
questions
this
from
will
anyone?
be stored, this business issues and group?
It will be in the Pega data only. In the external MK data which I showed you, right? Not the Pega data. We have seen this
Yeah,
external
yeah.
MKT data separate database, right? There it will be stored. So that
Okay.
is actually
So
the separate database given by Pega only. We did not create that. This is given by Pega
okay.
itself.
So
So
there
all
will be
your
different columns
existing
for
marketing
these issues
related
and
rules will
groups.
come to this. Sorry?
There will be separate XCAR columns for these issues and groups propositions.
No, no,
Is it?
I will tell you like how it is in the backend. I will tell you. Okay, it's not like extra column. Like I told you, right? This is the group. This is a column actually. So py issue is the backend column name for business issues. For example, if you have 10 business issues in your application, like how many issues are there right now, right? All these issues which you are seeing on the screen, they will be in this column, PY issue column. How
That is
many groups
XR
are
column
there
only,
in your
right?
extra column? Yes, correct. The separate
Okay.
column will be there in the database, correct? Okay. So this is
So in
also
case
again
if we
a
delete,
separate exposed column, not a blob. So remember that this is not in blob. Everything that is there
Okay.
in external MKT data is exposed, not in blob. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So for same business issue, we have like multiple subgroups, right? Like the groups.
Right. Right.
So how it will be stored? Like for
It will be
example,
stored. It will be stored in tabular format only. But the thing is, beside this group name, the issue name will also be there. Okay. So
okay,
like for example, PY issue, PY group. In the backend, it will be stored like PY name. Okay. Here acquisition, and here you have sales. Then again acquisition. Then you have personal loans. Sorry, it's personal loans, right? Housing loans. So like this. It will be stored in tabular format only. But when you want to extract, you have to extract by providing the right conditions. Like this one, it will be stored. Okay. Yeah. Then here, once you have personal loan like this. Sorry, house loan and this housing loan. Yeah. So like this, it will be stored in a tabular format in the backend. But these are the columns where it will be stored: PY issue, PY group, and PY name. These are the three columns.
In
Okay,
the
For
next
so we will
slide,
example,
can
in
see.
we see
business,
that table?
Uh, I can see, like, I don't know how we can check in this system, exercise system. I'll check and let you know. Okay. If it is in personal edition, we can directly see it. But I think this one, I'll check it and let you know. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So which table will have this information? I'll let you know soon.
and are you going to show tomorrow like how we can do in from the ops manager? Like
No, no, not tomorrow. Ops manager will be in the later sessions.
okay.
Yeah.
Ravi, I
It
have
will
a
be
one
in
question
the later
regarding the
sessions.
node DDS, right? I
Right.
spoke in the later at that session. So actually, once we have this application, all the nodes will get created automatically, and but do
Nodes
we
will
need to
be
do any
created
specific?
when you install the server. That you can check with the PEGA admin.
Okay,
You don't need to do that unless
okay,
you are the admin. You don't need to do that. Okay.
okay. After we configure the node type, right? DDS. So once the application is created, do we need to do anything specifically for the decisioning data store,
Do we need to do specifically for
like
what?
configuring for DDS? Do we need to do any configurations once
No,
application
I
is set
told you
up for
right.
the
You have to keep the comma separated, like hyphen denote type equal to DDS comma. That's it. DDS comma ADM
yeah
comma
this,
like
this is
this.
after
That's
this
it. So
configuration do we need to do
after this
anything
nothing. After
specifically?
this nothing. You have to go ahead and
Okay,
check, verify it in Admin Studio, verify it in the Dev Studio, whether it is mapped or not, whether the service is running or not. That's it. You have to do. Okay, you will
okay,
come here
okay.
and see
So
whether it is
my
running or not.
okay, the question is specifically like how do we create the decisioning data store in simple way?
How do we create? I didn't get. How do we create more data
DDS.
nodes?
No,
Oh,
how
this
do we
is,
create DDS?
we are not creating anything. So this is actually a node. This is actually the node. One node is there in the application. On that we are running this
Okay,
service. This is actually the service. So we are making the Pega
okay, okay,
service to run on this particular server, which is Pega inbuilt service is there. That is the DDS. We are making that to run on this node by mapping dnode type equal to DDS. We are enabling this service so that Cassandra database can be used. Okay, but when you create the
okay,
application,
okay,
the database is installed because this is service is running, so it is allowing the database to be installed. So first you will enable the service on this node by doing the node classification, and after enabling, you
hmm,
will install this database by creating the application.
okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone?
so in case from the group side, in case business wants to switch certain propositions into a different group, so in that case, If we move them to a different group, all the existing logics related to that proposition will still work, or do we need to redefine them?
So yeah, if you are moving, then again you need to take care, right? So you need to take care of the existing logic also, because this can be used in several places in strategies and some other places also. So if you are moving, then you have to do. But if you are copying, then again you don't need to replace or doing anything, right? But if you are moving it, then you have to modify the appropriate strategies also where we are
So
using
we
it,
okay. So any point of time we can delete these propositions, is it?
right? We
The
can
existing
delete it,
proposition.
right? We can delete
Okay.
it, but strategy will take the group. It will not take a individual proposition. Instead of individual proposition, it will take a group. For example, if you are deleting this proposition, and if you are using individual proposition in the strategy, then you have to update it. Okay, but yes,
Okay.
you can delete at any point of time. You can select this checkbox and you can delete it. That is there. But generally, we don't do it. Okay, that is not a recommended option. Because if you want, instead of deleting, just like how I showed you, you will say never. That's it. If you don't want to use it, say never. Just
Okay.
like withdrawn, right? In our rule, if you want to delete, you will say withdrawn. Same way, you will say never. So it will not be used. It is like disabled. Always means
Okay.
always enabled. That's it. That's what you do in real time.
Okay. Okay. But in case if we want to use the same proposition into a different group, in that case, this will be duplicated, right? Can we create a duplicate proposition
Duplicate
for
is
a
fine.
different
It is
group?
fine. It is fine.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
because the
Okay.
three combination will be there: issue, group, and proposition. For models and everywhere, you need three combination: issue, group, and proposition. Even if you are duplicating the same proposition, the group name and issue name is different. So that is fine. Okay, yeah, we will explore all these things. We will come to know, and you will get more clarity how it works as we progress through the sessions. Okay, so we're already out of time. So let us continue, and we'll continue from where we have stopped, and we will explore the more topics tomorrow. See you all tomorrow.